Soho isn't just a place. It's a mindset, a movement, a mood. It's fishnet tights and neon lights, markets and music and more. And yet there's a hidden side to this temple of excess. This is Soho without the makeup. Nowadays, Soho is a full square mile of pure sensory overload. But to Henry VIII, it was simply another royal park. Known as St Giles Field, it wasn't until 1682 that the name Soho first began appearing on maps, supposedly derived from a popular hunting cry of the time. By the late 17th century, it had become a parish in its own right, and soon after, lavish homes began being built for the upper classes. Soho, as we recognise it today, had been born. In the heart of Soho lies Soho Square. It was originally named King Square in honour of Charles II, whose weather-beaten statue has stood there keeping watch since the square's founding in 1661. The square was originally intended as an exclusive neighbourhood for the upper classes, akin to Bloomsbury and Mayfair. By 1720, it was surrounded by fashionable townhouses on all sides. But as families and fortunes change, so did the buildings, and today only 2 of the original structures remain. Despite the changing fortunes of the area and its residents, one Soho trade has remained ever present: sex. The world's oldest profession has been practiced here since at least 1788, when the first brothel was opened, and for the past 250 years, Soho has been at the fulcrum of London's sex industry. The area's heady mix of theatres, pubs and artists has always made Soho a destination for punters looking for a good time, and thus the obvious spot for a red light district to flourish. The clampdown on unlicensed sex shops in the 1980s left many properties vacant, and these were soon filled by the burgeoning gay community ready to make Soho their home. Mainly focused around the bars and clubs of Old Compton Street, the area now boasts one of the most vibrant gay districts in the world. As long as Soho has been Soho, it's moved to its own rhythm. Music has been an integral part of the story here since at least the 1700s, when new theatres, music halls and brothels helped to make this one of the most cosmopolitan and entertaining neighbourhoods in London. It attracted both the creative and the curious, including a 9-year-old Mozart who lived and composed here at 20 Frith Street in the 1760s. Whilst directly over the road at number 47 is legendary jazz club Ronnie Scott's. It opened its doors in 1959 and they haven't stopped swinging since, playing host to everyone from Ella Fitzgerald to Chet Baker and Miles Davis. Then there was the Marquee Club. Dubbed the most important venue in the history of European pop music, it played host to everyone who was anyone, from Led Zeppelin to the Sex Pistols and Jimi Hendrix to Pink Floyd. If you prefer your music more portable, Berwick Street is the place to be. In the 1980s, the Golden Mile of vinyl became a hotspot for record collectors. Even today, this corner of Soho is still home to central London's largest concentration of independent record shops. Soho was the natural home for film and television, as it was at 22 Frith Street in 1927 that John Logie Baird first demonstrated a working television. During the 20th century, Wardour Street became the centre of the British film industry, with many of the big production and distribution companies establishing their headquarters right here. Standing on the corner of Oxford Street and Charing Cross Road is Soho Place. This complex development, designed with the highest sustainable standards in mind, is built on top of the new Elizabeth line and entrance to Tottenham Court Road station. Incorporating the best retail address in the world, 1 Oxford Street has 9 floors of office space above and is home to the first new-build West End theatre to open in over 50 years at Soho Place. The 2 striking buildings overlook an attractive new public realm, which opens up Soho Square to Charing Cross Road. Soho Place continues to contribute to the regeneration and improvement of the eastern end of Oxford Street, creating an exciting new destination for years to come.